Howdy everybody, welcome back to the playthrough. We're on episode 26 now, and we've just popped back from the Black Forest. It's at night time, and we just need to pop back, repair, and sleep through the night. And yeah, we've been doing our usual, out gathering some copper and tin. We've got our little setup going. Oh, I think there's something attacking our boar. I can see those blue eyes here. That's a friggin' grey dwarf. Why are you in my base? Go away. Well, to be fair, I don't have any walls set up, that's why he's in our base. Grey dwarves are starting to encroach onto our land. It's probably because we're in the Black Forest now. You will notice that as you progress through the game that more and more creatures from later on in the game will start encroaching onto your base and attacking your walls and stuff like that. So just to be aware. I haven't seen anything worse than a skeleton so far, so it's not like creatures from the swamp will start showing up or creatures from the mountains. So it's not like you're going to get a wolf just follow us all the way back from the mountain or anything. But yeah, just to be aware that as you progress through the game, in the night time, you will start seeing grey dwarfs and skeletons and stuff like that showing up. So keep an eye out on your walls. You might hear them hitting them, so you might want to go out and clear them out before you go to bed. And if those enemies do wander a bit too close to your home and a bit too close to your bed, you will be prevented from sleeping as well. It will say that there are enemies nearby, so you'll have to go and kill them before you can sleep. But yeah. We are going to get some walls up around this base at some point, but you'll have to forgive me that it'll probably be a while before we do that. I'm really not that concerned about being attacked by grey dwarfs, or even trolls to be honest, because with troll attacks they only send a couple of attacks at a time. So if you remember a few episodes back, or several episodes back, we had a raid, which was the red circle that kind of spawned on our mini-map, which had a load of grey dwarfs. The forest is moving. A load of grey dwarfs showed up and started attacking us. Those are raids. And yeah, they happen. There's like a percentage chance of them happening, and it always spawns on the player. I think in that episode I was trying to explain that it's something to do with beds and stuff nearby, but since then I have learned that there is no requirement other than the fact that, you know, it's just that percentage chance and it always spawns on the player, so it can happen to you while you're out and about. And yeah, so we will need to put some walls and defences up at some point. I know that is a thing that we are needing to do. It's just I'm really not worried about raids up until they start sending some pretty serious ones, and even then I'm not that concerned by them. A lot of the time, if you don't spend too much time in your base, a lot of the raids that do happen will just happen to you out in the world, and you can just run away from them if you don't want to deal with them. So yeah, I'm not too concerned by them. They've never really been that big of an issue for me. I think I've only ever experienced raids becoming an issue, and that was when I was playing on a multiplayer world, because I believe the way raids work is I think it's like a 20% base chance of a raid happening at a certain point, like every few hours in the game or something like that. Or it might be every day, like there's 20% chance. But I believe the more players there are on a server, the higher that chance is, so it's like a 20% chance per player or something like that. I could be wrong, it's something like that. But the thing is, on this multiplayer server, there were 4 of us playing, and we used to get raided all the time. We had this big, beautiful base set up. It was almost like a mini town. We had walls everywhere. We had all these different pens with tame creatures in them. And yeah, I think there was one of them we got attacked by these flying creatures that came in and literally killed all of our tame animals. So I am aware that we are going to need to put some walls and some defences in place at some point. But like I said, I'm really not concerned. If our boars get wiped out, or even if our boars get killed off to the point where we've got one left and we won't be able to breed them, I'll just go out and grab some more and tame them again. It's really not that big of a problem. So yeah, I know that I should probably take raids a bit more seriously, and I will start taking them a bit more seriously as we get later into the playthrough, but at the minute I'm really not that concerned by them. I'm pretty confident I can handle the majority of raids that we'll have, if we have any. So yeah, for now we are just going to carry on with our mining. We are doing a big gather session. It is the big one. I've referenced it a few times. It's basically just where we spend a lot of time in the Black Forest gathering as much copper and tin as we possibly can. I'd like a couple of 100 bronze by the end of it, if possible, and that is essentially why we're here. We're just trying to gather up as much of this copper and tin as possible. We want that bronze to basically make our next level of armor and upgrade it as much as possible as well. If we can upgrade it to level 2 or 3, that would be fantastic. It gives us the increased armor bonus and durability, so that it will protect us for longer, and it will give us a nice armor level to start off when we start exploring our next biome once we've killed the Elder.
But don't get me wrong, as soon as we have this armor upgrade and stuff like that, we will pretty much be moving straight on to killing the Elder. There isn't much left for us to do in the Black Forest now. We'll probably explore a bit more, try and find some the beginnings of other biomes, so we've got places to explore once we have unlocked the next one. But yeah, that's just what we're on with for the time being.
Oh, hey, another troll friend. Let's give him a pop in the face. Boom. Unfortunately, we didn't get the sneak damage bonus on that first shot, as he was already aware of us. He'd already spotted us and had started coming over. Again, you can tell these, the status of what they're doing by the symbol that's above their name. So if you can see his health bar at the top, and then above that it says troll, and then above that there's a red exclamation mark. That means he's aware of our presence and he is attacking us, he's chasing us. If it doesn't have a status or symbol above it, he's completely unaware of you whatsoever, has no clue that you're there. And I think if there's like the yellow symbol above his name, then I think they have an inkling that you're nearby and they're investigating, they're like looking around and stuff like that, but you can still get the sneak bonus if you hit them. So yeah, that's just those are kind of the three different statuses when it comes to sneaking and getting that crit damage on them. And one other thing I wanted to mention about the troll armor as well is that we are going to upgrade that as well as the bronze armor, which is why I'm still fighting and killing trolls. We want as much of the troll hide as we can so that we can upgrade the troll armor along with the bronze. We are going to get a higher armor value from the bronze, which means that basic attacks, like if he was to, we would take less damage from his swings with the log. With the bronze armor, if they're both the same level, so we had troll hide armor at level 3 and bronze armor at level 3, the bronze armor would make us take less damage, but we are moving slower because of it. When you're wearing metal armor, I believe it's the chest plate and the leggings that give you minus 5% movement speed each, so you do lose a bit of movement speed for that. Some of your weapons and tools and stuff will do that as well. It does say in the item description what the movement speed reduction is. So yeah, you take less damage from hits, but you are moving slower, whereas with the troll hide armor, the armor value on it is less. It's only a little bit, but it is less, but you obviously don't have that movement speed reduction, so you can actually move away quicker and kite them around and stuff like that. You still retain your standard movement speed. So that's kind of like the two differences between them. But the thing that I've noticed as through the different playthroughs that I've done on the game, troll hide armor and bronze, when they're both fully upgraded, they both perform really well when it comes to the next biome, which is the swamp. And it might actually be better to try out the troll hide armor in the swamp, because obviously because it's a swamp, there's lots of watery bits and lots of bits that slow you down, so it might be good to have the troll hide armor to keep your movement speed up, so that kiting creatures, and if you get overwhelmed by too many of them, stuff like that, you can get away a bit easier, but then you're not losing out on the armor bonus as well. Because I think as you progress through the game as well with different armor sets, I think every biome has 2 different types of armor sets you can get from it, and so one's like a lighter one that doesn't have a movement speed reduction but doesn't have as much armor, and then one's obviously like a metal armor of some kind. So yeah, it's just something to be aware of. But I think the armor value later on in the game is a lot better. So using the metal armor is usually the best option, at least from my opinion anyway. It's completely up to everybody else and how they play the game and how they actually decide what armor sets to wear and stuff like that. Different armor sets come with different bonuses, so you could decide to be a complete bow user and want to use the armor set that gives you increased bow damage or bow skill. So yeah, it's completely up to you guys how you want to play. I just prefer using the metal armor and taking less damage because I'm a melee fighter. I like getting in their faces and parrying attacks and stuff like that. So one thing you've noticed now is that we have decided to pretty much end this farming session. We have gathered a lot of tin and a lot of copper. I'm pretty happy with the amount we've got now. Not as much as I would think we'd need, but we can always pop back into the Black Forest and get more as needed, well, when we do need it. But I think for the time being, we're just going to try and get this cart back. You can see I'm struggling to get it up this little hill here. So annoying when the cart is full. I'm going to have to cut this bush down because it's blocking our way and we can't hit it. Well, yeah, no, we can't hit it. We're going to have to get off the cart and go and get it that way. Oh, dear me. These are the issues I was referring to when it comes to a full cart and how difficult it can be to move. You can tell we're moving a lot slower, and when we get onto the slopes it becomes really cumbersome and difficult. Like, look at that, we can barely even move as we're trying to pull this uphill. It's a bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. You could use the other method of gathering copper and tin, which is to just fill up your boat's 4 slots every time and take that back. You can do it like 3 slots. You've got 4 slots in total. You could do 3 slots of copper and 1 slot of tin, and then get a bit more tin later on. You could do that and sail it back and forth. I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad for us to do it this way on this world, given that the biome is literally right next to our base. So sailing it back and forth would have been nice and quick. But I don't know. I'm one of those that's like, I'd rather get it done in one big go and not have to worry about back and forth, despite the amount of back and forth that we've had to do so far in the playthrough. 25 episodes or 26 episodes and we're still in the Black Forest, but it does speed up. I will say that it does, like, progression does speed up as you get later into the game. It isn't as bad as this, especially when you've got higher level boats and inventories and carry weight and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that you get as you progress through the game that will aid and will help in making certain parts of it a lot easier to do, a lot quicker to do as well. So it's not always going to be this bad. And the fact that we haven't eaten anything is a bit of a bad idea. We probably should have eaten some more food. Although we have popped Ike so our stamina bar isn't going to drain super quick every time. And we need to be really careful here, because if we catch the edge of that, if we catch that ledge with the cart, it'll probably pull us down with it. That sheer rock face. We should be okay. Look, we're already out of the Black Forest, so we're pretty much already halfway there. It's still going to take us a little bit of time to drag this back, but we should be back fairly soon-ish. It's just going to be dragging it through all these bits. Don't fall down, don't fall down. See, yeah, it was a bit quicker there. Yeah, we're just going to pull this back to base and then start working on the smelting and hopefully the crafting as well. Mr. Grayling, I swear Christ, if you're not going to help me push this cart, then please vacate the area. Alright, that's it. I'm not even going to disconnect the cart to kill you. I'm just going to axe you to death. Oh, dear me. Kind of expected that to happen. I'm quite surprised we haven't been surrounded by about 20 neck and boar on the way back. We've probably cleared out some of them already. Come on, little cart, keep pulling. There we go. Alright, come on, we can make it. Gonna be really happy when we don't have to use this much more. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, what are we stuck on now? Oh, there's a little rock there we're stuck on. Right, let's go around it. Go through here. Yep, perfect. Just keep pulling. Just keep pulling. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Come on. There we can see the home marker on the minimap. Come on, pull. Pull, for God's sake. A little bit further. Come on. There's a little downhill bit here. We'll get some speed going. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Ah, wow, this does take a bit of time. I'm going to be so glad when we get the next level of boat and we don't have to do this anymore. This is a little bit tedious, I will say. I also just realised that when we get closer to home, there is a lot of water in between us and where we are now, so we're going to have to try and find a little pathway through that. It's not exactly going to stop the cart, but it will make it very difficult to continue pulling it. Oh, wow. Oh, caught it on something there. Yes, there's home. Oh, there's another grayling. Of course you are. Go away. Stop hitting the cart. There we go. Like I said, if you're not going to push, then go away. I'm not even going to stop to pick up your resin. That's how unimportant you are. We'll keep going a little bit further. There's a neck over there. Should be able to go around him, actually. Shouldn't get his attention. There we go. Well, there's two of them. Right in between the both of them. Come on, as soon as we get onto that muddy patch, it'll be so much easier. Or that dirt patch. It'll be so much easier. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, hey. Raspberry patch. Conveniently placed. There we are. Finally, we are back. Back to our smeltery setup. Now, I just need to be careful just getting it around this corner. Yeah, there we go. I'm dangerously close to the ocean, but we are good. We're finally back. Disconnect the cart. It shouldn't roll backwards. Nope, we're good. Okay. I already have a fair bit of copper smelted, which I'm quite glad for. We are obviously going to need to smash in some wood, get that charcoal kiln going. We're probably going to have to... How much wood do we have? We've got a fair bit, just over 100, so we are going to need a lot more than that. We're probably going to need a couple of hundred at least, but we should have the cores. Oh my god, look at all that wood. Oh, look at all that stone. I didn't realise we had that much of it. We might have another charcoal kiln set up at some point if we get the Surtling cores for it, just so that we can get double the charcoal going as well. Yeah, man, come on, copper ore, there we are. Fill up those two, get it going. We've got a decent enough amount already. We've got some coal as well. We've got some already prepped coal, so we're okay for that. We are going to need some more, obviously, but we are pretty sorted for the time being. We're going to have to go out and gather some more wood. Maybe if we can put a couple of chests down and empty the cart, maybe we might do that. Just so we have somewhere to put the ore. We might just leave the ores in the cart, actually. That'd be an easier way of doing it. Should we put a couple of chests here? Yeah, actually no, we'll put a couple of chests here. I can store like wood and stuff in here. Just so we've got places for everything, and then we can just have all the coal in these chests next to the kiln. When we get access to larger chests, I will swap these out so we haven't got like lots and lots of chests lying around. Coal in there, wood in there, spawn. Okay, might as well just crack on with this. Gonna have to do some housekeeping stuff whilst we're waiting for all these to get done. Might as well carry these over to the base now and turn them into bronze. Get the weight down and also save some of the space. Having twice the amount of everything is a bit of a pain. Getting up the top of these stairs. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to redo these stairs at some point. We might even have to dig out a bit of the top part. It's a little bit taller than the stairs will reach. So yeah, we're going to have to do that at some point. Drop the copper again. Recharge the stamina. There we go. And drag it over here. Turn it into some bronze. Might as well do the rest of it. The 14. Brilliant. Should probably put some chests next to the forge as well so we can actually leave the metal in there. That might be a good idea to have something to do a bit later on. Yeah, we might look at doing that a bit later on, putting some chests next to the forge and having just having some stuff stored there, so like some of the metal. Like, so definitely put the bars in there, and then we can also have like some of the other metal crafting parts that we're going to need later on as well. Stuff like nails and things like that. Again, it's more about the convenience of just being able to pop back and forth to those chests to grab the things we need to craft rather than having to run around the base and pick up all the stuff we need. Something else in there. We are getting close to night time, so hopefully if we can get another load of ore and coal and stuff on before we go to bed, we can get all that done whilst we sleep. Might as well move this bronze back as well. We can probably start actually making the armor. Actually, yeah, we can make the tunic, make the leggings, and the helmet. There we go. That's our full bronze armor set. And you can see the difference. So we currently have 19 armor with our full troll hide armor and cape. Put the full bronze set on. We've already gone to 21, 23, and 25. So plus 6 armor just for the 2 basic levels. So you do get more armor for the bronze, but you do move slower as well. You will notice we are moving slightly slower when traveling around, walking around, stuff like that. But all the troll hide armor is on level 1. Same as the bronze. We will upgrade both of them at some point. We repair the axe and the pickaxe. Get everything else perfect. We're also going to need some bronze weapons at some point as well. Might as well get... I think we'll go for the sword and possibly the mace. Now, the mace is the more important of the two, but I do want to get a sword as well so I can start leveling up the sword fighting skill. The mace is important because a lot of the enemies you will face in the swamp are weak to blunt damage, which is what the mace does. So I would... Again, if I was to make a recommendation for a weapon to use throughout the swamp, the mace is probably the best one. The sword is quite good as well, but it's just not... You just don't get the extra damage from the enemies being weak to it. But you can attack slightly quicker. It does use slightly less stamina per swing, so it's kind of a trade-off in that way. Oh, we've got access to item stands. We should put a couple of these up, maybe. Standing torches. Things with our old tools chests that we're going to have on old armor sets and stuff like that, we are going to gather a lot of them over the course of a playthrough, so having some stuff up on item stands might be a bit better. You can pretty much put anything on an item stand, and you can obviously you could have item stands that are sat on the wall, or you can have ones that are sat on a table or on a surface on the floor, stuff like that. So that might be a good idea. We're just going to take this log down for now, and we're going to build a smaller chair. I also want a table as well. We're trying to increase our rested bonus a little bit more, so I think if we put sitting log here, yep, that kind of works. Then we can put a table right next to it. So we're on comfort 5 with the log, put the table down. Comfort 6, there we go. That gives us 13 minutes in total. It looks like our smelting has done, so we might be able to fill them up again and then go to sleep. Get through the night and get most of our stuff back. But what we will do now is... Yeah, actually, no, we'll fill these up quickly first and then we'll go sleep through the night. And I think we'll end the episode there as well, once we actually go to bed. Just because we've been going for about 23, 24 minutes, so I think that's a pretty decent amount of time. Just fill these up with coal quickly. We might have to move this chest at some point, or move the smelters, because having to jump on the chest every time we need to fill the smelters is getting a bit frustrating. I think at the start of our next episode, we're probably going to have to go out and get some more wood, because, yeah, we're going to need a lot of it for smelting. So we should probably go and get some more. Go. And I think we'll shut the door and go to bed. Right. Hope you've all enjoyed this episode. It's been pretty good. I'm glad we managed to get our stuff back. Oh, for some reason we're not sleeping. There we go. We just sat in bed. But yeah, we'll call the episode there. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and we shall see you in the next one.